board. First of all, I want to apologize for, being a little bit behind schedule today. Apologies, right? But I am here because you're there. My friends call me Sweet MC. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. It's Friday. Hey, so we can say thank God Almighty. It's Friday, and of course, check your time is 1:18 p.m. Today being the 17th day in the month of March 2023. All right. Of course, tomorrow is a big day in Nigeria. Okay, and there are several agitations here and there. Well, these are some of the things we will be talking about today. Of course, let me also remind you that campaigns have officially stopped. So we cannot campaign for our candidate any longer. All right. So be careful for you who wants to call in later. Be careful what you say and always keep your comments civil. That's how I like it. All right, this beautiful afternoon, I've got some persons in the studio. Okay, one is here, and the other will be talking to us, via Zoom. Okay, I have someone who is he's a big man. Yeah, he is a big man. I'm talking about Mr. Ben. Hello. Can you hear me at all?
Hearing you there.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, please. I'm hearing you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have. Okay, I have Mr. Ben Aka. He is a public affairs analyst, and we're just going to be having, a robust discussion this afternoon. And aside him, I also have Bigger. He's in the studio this afternoon also. Bigger, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Jude.
Good to have you join us in the studio
happy
again.
Being here. I'm very happy being here.
Yeah. All right, let's begin this conversation from here. The provocative claim by, some Nigerians of Igbo extraction that Lagos is a no man's land roused the Yorubas, who are the first settlers in Lagos. Some Igbo, probably in retaliation for the hostility demonstrated against them by their Yoruba compatriots during, the recently conducted presidential election, employed rather violent words in return. Now, the Yoruba became even more anxious when Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, defeated the godfather of Lagos politics, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who won the presidency almost by a whisker. Lagos was won by Obi, by the Igbo, if you must say, in Lagos. And of course, Lagos indigenes disgruntled with Tinubu's party machine, urban Pentecostal Christians and youths, angered by the way the #EndSARS agitation was handled by, the Lagos state government. The audacious claim of no man's land may have gotten to even Nollywood actor Yul Edochie, son of Nollywood veteran Pete Edochie, one of the most talented, skilled, and urban thespian in Nigeria. Now, a whole lot has happened later on. And today we just want to see how we can touch on it one after the other and see how we can, Hello, Mr. Jim, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Ben. Okay, are you there? Oh, I think we're having some poor network issues this afternoon. Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you.
Okay,
Yep.
Beautiful one. Welcome back. Now, let's talk about this. There's been several attacks against the Igbos in Lagos. Some says the Igbos, Lagos belonged to nobody. And some have also said, no, that's not true. Lagos belongs to the Yorubas. From experience, I want you to come in and help us dissect this issue. First of all, let's understand what is actually playing out. Let's begin from there.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Number one, people say, some misguided people say Lagos is no man's land. I want to know who that person called no man is, because I don't know anybody called no man. The thing I know is that Lagos belongs to some people, and those it belongs to are the landowners. Those of us who are immigrants buy land from them. They don't buy land, they own the land. So it is wrong to say that Lagos is no man's land in that context. People who are saying it are only saying it, making offensive statements to harm the sensibilities of the people who believe they own the land. Let me ask you one question. After I have jumped up and down and said Lagos is no man's land, does the land belong to me? The answer is no. There are people who own the land. It is those people that sell the land. It is those people that the government acquires land from. Government does not acquire land from me. I'm not a landowner. So, Lagos belongs to some people. Having said that, let us understand the import of that. The import of that is that you own the space. But when you now cede some of it to somebody for a financial contribution, that person owns that part of the space that you've ceded to him.
Okay.
So we must understand it in that context. I am not somebody that believes that Lagos is no man's land. Lagos belongs to some people. We that live in Lagos are stakeholders in Lagos State, because we earn our living here.
When you say we, what do you mean? When you say we, who are you referring to?
Everybody living in Lagos, both the landowners, the immigrants, and everybody.
Yes.
The indigenous and non-indigenous are stakeholders in Lagos. The indigenous are the landowners.
Okay.
We are not landowners. Lagos belongs to the indigenous in terms of the ownership of the land. Have I made it clear?
Sure you have.
That's my understanding.
Okay. All right. Now,
that statement that Lagos is no man's land is offensive to the person who is a landowner. But having said that statement, does it make me a landowner? It doesn't. So in actual fact, that statement means nothing. People are just getting angry about it, but it doesn't mean a damn thing.
Okay, so now where do you think...
I don't own the land there because I've said it's a no man's land. Okay. I don't own it.
Okay, now let me find out. Where do you think the provocation came in? You know, I also have Mr. Biga Ibekwe in the studio, but before I get to him, I want to ask you first. Where do you think the provocation, came in, as it were?
Come back with that. I didn't hear it properly.
The provocation, why there is this attack, in Lagos currently.
Okay, let's go somewhere.
Okay,
let's go somewhere. The provocation is not between Yorubas and the Igbos. Let's get that statement very clear. It is not tribal. It is the fear of a political party, specifically the APC, that they will lose power. And they're looking at a group of people who they believe will vote for their opponent. So the idea is to attack those people, make them not to vote. That's all. The idea is not, no Yoruba man hates an Igbo man. Why has this thing not been occurring in the past 2 years? Why is it only when we are voting? In 2019, now in 2023, also in 2015. It is just when they are struggling for power that the few politicians that are misguided try to put a spanner between people who are living happily, who love themselves, and who are pursuing their lives separately in love and friendship. This thing is not Yoruba Igbo thing. It is a seed, a poisonous seed being sown by a political party.
But then why is it that it is when we have important when there are important issues that are supposed to be tackled in Lagos, why then is it that when we have election, coming on board in Lagos, that's when we have issues like these, people telling you these are Yorubas? Lately you hear words like Omoibo, all right, and they begin to tell you, you belong here, you don't belong here. Why is it like that?
I just told you that anybody, the political party in power, stereotypes as an opponent, that person is Igbo. Jimmy Agbaje was Igbo in 2019. Have you forgotten?
No.
Yes. He was said to be an Igbo candidate by the same party. This year, Badebo Rose Vival is Igbo. These are people whose parents have, what do I call it? They are being Lagosian dates back to centuries. But because they are not in this political party, they are now classed as Igbos. The thing is that if they believe, rightly or wrongly, that a group of people are going to vote for their opponent, they stereotype that group and target them. That's the only way I see it. I need to be contradicted.
Okay. Like Ella said, okay, please hold on. Let me talk to Mr. Biga Ibekwe, who is right here in the studio with me. All right. Let's talk about these Omonile issue. Like I asked him, Mr. Ben. Now, let's talk about the Omonile issue. It seems to some of us that some. Okay, let me put it this way. First, they say the Beninese, right? Let's go back history.
Okay.
The Beninese are the owners of Lagos. And later, we had the first settlers in Lagos.
Who came from Brazil. Some of them.
That's another chapter.
Sure.
That's another one.
Sure.
Again, that's another version.
Sure. Go ahead. Certain persons came from Brazil and they were settled here. Some came from Freetown, in Sierra Leone, when the slaves where slavery was abolished in America and other stuff. And some of them were settled here. Go ahead. Sure. It's historically a fact that is not contradictable.
So now I want to ask you, is that why you feel Mr. Ben is now saying that they are just the first settlers, not really the owners? I mean, let's put that in perspective.
Yeah, let me tell you something. To me,
that everyone is a stranger here.
Not precisely that. Even if everyone is a stranger here, there are original people who were even here. So anybody saying Lagos does not belong to anybody, to me, is a very, very cheap statement. It's a very, very pedestrian statement that shouldn't be taken seriously. Somebody, if you have come to Lagos from somewhere after say 1901,
okay,
somebody was here. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
If you own a land here and you bought it, somebody sold that land to you, right?
Sure.
Where you are staying presently, there is a Bale who is supposed to be among the first persons who settled here. Because if you go towards history, you will see the Bales has, probably the father's father, this, that. And also, if anybody is actually saying Lagos belongs to nobody, to me, is a very, very, absolutely a very childish statement. Because if you had migrated from the east, from the north,
okay,
from wherever, you have passed through rivers and forests that belongs to some persons before you come down to settle here. Do you get it?
Okay.
If you are coming, say right now from, let's say you are coming from Mina, you pass through Kwara State before you enter. You pass through Ibadan before you pass through Ogun before you eventually come to settle here. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Some persons were originally living here before you come to settle.
All right. Okay. Okay. Now, thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Van. Did you hear what he said? Can you hear him?
Very loud and clear.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, it has been alleged also that some certain persons in Lagos who say they are the owners of this land, they've come out to say that if you are not voting a certain candidate tomorrow, then you have no business coming out to vote. What's your take on that?
That is absolute rubbish. That is lawlessness. That is brigandage. That is everything that is evil in a society. Ownership of land is nowhere related to the freedom of every individual who is protected by the constitution of the country to exercise his rights in the way he wants to do that. I have said earlier, and much, much earlier, that Lagos, there are landowners. Lagos belongs to people who are landowners. But that we are all stakeholders, where they can actually tell the non-indigens to have no say and not to come near, is their traditional institutions. The governance of the traditional institutions, their cultural heritage and all that, not with government which is completely foreign to every culture in this country. The governments we operate in Nigeria are completely foreign to any culture and not native to any particular tribe. It is something that was foisted on us to guarantee good societal values and to guarantee peace and harmony. So for as long as that government affects the lives of everybody living within a particular space, that person has a right that he cannot be denied to say, this is the right person I think that I surrender my sovereignty to rule over me. Governance is a question of people surrendering their sovereignty to you. It is not a question of use capturing the power. That's why we call military governments an abnormality, because military governments capture power. Where we are heading to now is that people are trying to capture power without letting the people who own that sovereignty to surrender that sovereignty to them. So it is absolute madness to even think that you can stop your next door neighbor from coming to exercise his civic rights simply because you have ascribed to yourself, by virtue of settling in that place before him, the right to rule over him.
But you know that some persons were stopped during the presidential election from coming out, from voting their own
I
content.
am fully aware, and I'm condemning it in every strong word that I should. And I'm saying that why it is so is because the government of the day is complicit. Otherwise, government has got the capacity to check what is going on. Let me ask you a question. In this Lagos that people are issuing threats over the media, their faces are shown, their names are known, where they live are known, and nobody is lifting a finger either to caution them or to arrest them. Don't you believe that the government in power has a hand in it? If you don't, I do.
You really think so?
I don't say I think, I say I believe. Because by the government not doing anything to mitigate, I am convinced that they have a hand in it. Because if they want to silence anybody, what does it take? If they want to silence an evildoer, what does it take? It's either they don't believe that what that guy is doing is wrong, or that they approve of it. That's why the guy is going ahead to do it.
Okay, Mr. Bigger, do
Yeah.
you see some persons being prevented from voting tomorrow again? Like what happened during
You
the
see,
presidential election?
like Ben rightly pointed out, I am so surprised that the authorities, the police, the DSS, the people in authority are allowing this kind of threat to life to exist. You can see the threats they are giving is to pull certain persons away from exercising their right of choosing a leader. I see some persons definitely because of the threats stopping to vote. I still see persons who the threat will embolden, will ginger, who never wanted to vote to go vote tomorrow. That is basically what it is. I can let you know, Jude, that I'm so pained how we run this country. You see, a threat to life is condemnable, even by the Constitution. That is why you go to the police station, you report somebody, he is threatening my life. And such a person will be made to write undertaking that nothing happens to this man. But you can see a group of persons, nuisances, threatening people over the radio, over the television. They are shown, their faces are shown. Nobody does anything. I personally did some calls to find out what is the government going to do about, look. And I was even surprised why Ohaneze and Igbo in Lagos have not seriously protested, have not seriously called on the government and the governance of this state and of this country. The Igbos in Lagos, why are they keeping calm? Are they waiting until when blood starts flowing more and more before they do something? I mean, it's not understandable to me.
I think I watched a certain clip, and I'll play that out where the Igbo leaders. I don't know if that's Ohaneze anyway.
It could be Ohaneze, it could be the Igbos in Lagos, it could be Yeah, what did they do? You saw what they did. What did they say they did?
They came out with a statement, warning some persons to stay off this idea of jettisoning violence during the election.
You see, I had this experience of witnessing elections in different parts of the world. What we do here is not an election. What we do here is might, is right, which is not proper, which is painful. It is not acceptable to me. And it wouldn't be acceptable to any person who is cosmopolitan minded or who is even metropolitan minded. What is the government doing? What is the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State doing? What is the AIG held in here doing? What are they doing?
Okay, hold on. Let me come to you, Mr. Benaka. Do you foresee a difference, all right, in the way elections are handled tomorrow, the way the election will be handled tomorrow? Do you foresee, there might be, some positive change? Do you foresee anything of such?
Well, I have grown to be very doubtful of the sincerity of the state to protect its citizens against evil. I sincerely hope that they will do that. But my brother, the events of the past 3 days have dampened my expectation, because the attacks are still there. As a matter of fact,
are still there too.
One of the people who were brutally injured in Surulere yesterday is the wife of a friend of mine. That guy is Yoruba. His wife is Yoruba. We were schoolmates in University of Ife.
Okay.
And all because they were attacking supporters of a rival political party. Since we've been having this, have you ever heard that any talks attacked APC supporters? I feel comfortable to call out APC because their management should be able to tell their supporters that this is not what they want. They should be able to rein in on them. Everybody that has spoken, that is telling you don't come out to vote, he says, unless you are voting APC. Anybody who says anything is threatening you with decision to vote against APC. And the question is, how do they even enter my mind to know which party I'm voting for? For Christ's sake, APC is a national party. All the people in Nigeria belong to it. A lot of Igbos, very high-ranking Igbos in Lagos belong to APC, and they have followers. Why is it that the other people are being attacked? What is it all about? I have spoken to a few of them that are my friends, and I say, these attacks that your talks are carrying out is estranging people from you. Even the marginal voters who are on the borderline saying, oh, I think I like Sanwo-Olu, he has done a good job. With all these attacks, they're even saying, no, I don't want these people again. So they're kind of demarketing themselves without knowing. So the important thing is that if you can take up a knife or a gun and shoot another human being only so that you rule over the society, you should check yourself. Something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong. There was a market that was burned in Ajegunle. The governor went there. Exactly. He gave them 100 million. That is very laudable. But again, like I say, we shouldn't wait for people to be killed and markets burned and the properties destroyed before we go to compensate them. We should nip these things in the bud. Because by the time these things are done, bad blood is already created. And once you create distrust with people, it takes generations to rebuild. What is being destroyed today is what generations had built between us and the Yorubas. Most people are interpreting it as being Igbo Yoruba. It is not, and I continue to tell them it is not. It is not and can never be. Let us call out the particular political party that is sowing this seed of discord. Let's call them out. Let's call out the law enforcement agencies. I told the governor of Lagos State in one press briefing that everybody in Lagos State is his subject, and he has a responsibility to protect everybody. He's not governor of APC, he's governor of Lagos State. All the human beings living there, all the cows living there, all the goats living there, all the lizards living there, he rules over them. He has responsibility to protect each person. If you hear that people are being threatened and that they will do what they want, you nip it in the bud. You don't wait until those people are killed, then you come and compensate them.
Okay, now let's also touch on let's also touch on the peace accord that was signed, before the presidential election. You remember?
Yes, I do.
I have come to believe I have discovered recently that peace accord in Nigeria is just on the paper and nothing more.
Okay, my brother, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you look at the APC adverts that pop up on social media these days, they tell you something like, we are very accommodating in Lagos. That our accommodation we have does not mean we will lose our land. Lagos will not be governed from Anambra.
Really?
Lagos will not be governed from Anambra State. This is a government that is telling you is protecting you, but at the same time is bringing out slogans as political adverts that are completely inflaming the society. If I am living in Anambra State and somebody comes to tell me that Fulani people are coming to take over the entire land, those of them that haven't traveled out of this particular Lagos, and you can be sure that more than 30% of Lagosians have not left Lagos. They don't see the other parts of the country. They don't see the other parts of the world. So they're not exposed enough to interrogate what they're being told. Those are the people that carry knives and guns and daggers to attack innocent people who have done nothing to them. And this seed is being sown by the political class, who will not send their children, their brothers, their sisters out into the streets, but we stay back to reap the rewards. So back to your question.
Yeah.
I don't see sincerity, and I want to see sincerity. Sincerity in terms of the fact that there is a kinetic arrangement to countermand these forces of destruction. You know, I used to tell people that, you know, if you go to a country like America where guns are free, this will not happen. It's because they know that I am not armed, you are not armed. That's why they will come to you. If they know that everybody has a gun, they dare not. Because by the time they shoot one person, another person will shoot them.
All right.
But the government step up to this responsibility. Let them not be doing post-mortem. Let them nip these problems in the bud. I expect the government of this state, the law enforcement agencies, to come out strong and say, we are going to do this. If you dare to do this, we will match you with this. We don't want you to do this. We don't want you to do that. All these threats that people are being given, unless they don't want an election.
All right.
The government must come out strong. The law enforcement agency must come out strongly. The DSS, the what do you call it? National Defense, or whatever you call all those people.
Law
that
enforcement.
Are supposed to protect
Yeah.
they come out strongly. Now, people are losing their lives. If you look at what happened in Surulere and in was it Ejibo or Solomushi, I saw somebody that lost a leg on social media. What are we talking about?
Okay, now.
What are we talking about?
Okay, now, Mr. Biga Ibekwe,
Yes.
don't you think these peace accord should have a clause added to it, whereby maybe it is stated that if your party violates these, then these are the consequences. Maybe you lose these, or something, you know, realistic, something, you know, really.
My brother, you don't need.
You see, I really want to talk about it.
Our laws are enough to deal with a criminal.
I'll
don't
get
need
back to you
peace
on that.
accord.
Let me hear him.
Okay.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I should go ahead.
Yes.
Our laws are adequate to deal with criminality. You don't need peace accord to deal with it. It is just that the law enforcement agents do not want to do anything. If somebody comes to attack another person at a meeting, you don't need to discuss whether it's a political meeting or not. You discuss what do you call it? Is it injury to a person, causing harm or whatever you call it? There are laws to charge these things. You don't need peace accord. And in any case, who are the people that sign the peace accord? And what do they tell their followers after they sign the peace accord? They tell their followers that power is not served a la carte. You have to go there and you grab it and you run away with it. What does it tell you?
You forcefully grab it.
And then when some people are here, we turn a deaf ear to it. And we pretend as if we didn't hear it. Because it's not your son that is killed. Come on.
And I want to quickly add.
Okay.
The peace accord had been signed before the presidential election. Am I correct?
Very well.
Nationally, everybody saw a woman whose eyes were bandaged. And she gave explanations how she was attacked somewhere in Surulere.
Yeah.
Now, after the presidential election, which was about 2 weeks ago, have you heard anybody from the people who organized the peace accord or the people who signed the peace accord saying anything about that woman? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's to let you know that the peace accord there was just a kind of jamboree to occupy the time yes. Without the peace accord, if anybody commits crime in a society, the person should be made to pay for it. Isn't it?
Okay.
So why do we have constitutions? So why do we have the law enforcement agencies? Must we even talk about peace accord before they should do what they are paid for? What is their responsibility? If you ask me, the peace accord, as far as I'm concerned, just made jamboree, formal coming together of people talking that and talking that. They have not, in any case, since the election began in this second this new dispensation, actually called people to question over their disregard for the peace accord. That's basically what it is.
Okay, now let's get back to the issue of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. So many people, Nigerians, have been worried why Ohanaeze Ndigbo hadn't said anything like as to what MC Oluomo has said. That people should stay at home if they will not vote APC. It's as if he's been paid to do that, or he has a special what do I call that now? A special candidate, as it were, or I really don't know. But people have been agitating. People have been saying, okay, the elders of the Igbos in Lagos.
I am seriously
in Igbo. Elders in Lagos.
Yes.
Igbo elders.
Yes.
Better put.
Yes.
Igbo elders in Lagos have not said anything about it.
Good. I tell you what, I am so disappointed with the Ohanaeze executive in Lagos, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo in Lagos, the Igbos in Lagos. I know Professor Nwabeze is part of it. I know Raymond Obieri is part of it. I know some other big Igbo names who should have called serious attention of the president, of the governor, of the inspector general of police. I mean, can't we start struggling to create a society where somebody will live wherever he wants to live and be free? Why must people intimidate others to vote against their conscience? It's not acceptable to me. It's quite certain. I don't like it. Ohanaeze has not done what they should do. Different Igbo organizations that exist here, they have not done what they should do. I was expecting a very large noise about all these things, so that the government will warden for us to create a society that will be habitable.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Ben, do you think this should be handled from Abuja, since it looks to some of us, it looks like the state cannot handle this? Do you think it should be handled from Abuja?
Talk about from Abuja, yes, security should be handled from Abuja. The Commissioner of Police, who is in charge of Lagos, technically does not report to the governor. He's responsible to the IG, who is in Abuja. So the governor himself, in actual sense, does not really have control over him. So,
are you sure?
Everything about security, governor is chief security officer, but does the law give him the wherewithal to enforce security? It doesn't. So again, it falls back to the Abuja being the seat of power. But why in the Lagos case is intertwined is because it is the same party in power in Lagos as in Abuja. So it's very easy to see them as the same, especially when even in the center we have terrible security lapses that even up to 2 days ago we are still talking of bandits in Kaduna State. We are still talking of bandits in Borno State. We are still talking of IPOB in Anambra State. We are still talking of unknown gunmen in Southeast. This is a security failure from the federal government. But having said this, what do we want to find the government? We want to find the government, especially in Lagos State, to be an enabler of people to understand their rights and to let them know where their rights end, that they don't have the right to stop other people from walking on the street. We are getting to that point where it becomes difficult for you to walk on the street unless you can pay off some people. We are getting to that point.
Okay. I want you to
when
listen.
you talk about Ohaneze is there.
Wait, hold on. I want you to listen to this audio, let's hear what some Igbo leaders has to say, as regards this issue in Lagos.
Intimidation, virulent propaganda, deliberate representation to Lagosians as everything evil, ferocious violent attacks, deliberate destruction of our means of livelihood, arson, and murder. The social and frontline media are awash with stories of attacks on Igbo, and also with gory pictures and video clips of incidents.
Mr. Ben, can you hear anything?
The government at all levels, federal, state,
I'm not hearing anything.
have been made fully aware. They have chosen to do nothing. We have not found any protection from the state or any of his agencies. They have rather looked the other way while these atrocities happened, and to our mind, with acquiescence or silent approval. Some of our royal fathers at the grassroots level, the Bales, have been recorded to have invited Igbo people domiciled in their communities to meetings and threatened them with the destruction of their lives and their means of livelihood should they fail to vote for the APC in Lagos State. They have boldly used video clips circulated on social media handles to issue death threats to Igbos if they dare vote for any party that is not APC. Igbos are commanded to vote for only the APC in all elections, take pictures of their ballots as they cast them, and preserve those pictures as evidence that they voted for the APC as a condition that they will guarantee their continued peaceful existence in the communities post-election period. These threats have gone viral on social media. The corporate faces are shown on video clips, and the government keeps mute. A few markets built and operated by traders of Igbo descent have been set on fire in Lagos. The latest being the motor spare parts market in the slums of Ejegunle, where at least one person was murdered. A similar event took place in the Solon Ekotun area of Lagos, where the selective destruction of shops and merchandise owned by Igbo traders was said to have been supervised by the very respected royal father of the community, the Bale. These two incidents are in the public domain, and we have heard of no action from the government. We are aware that all these steps are being taken by the Lagos State APC to suppress the votes of any competing party in the elections. They erroneously believe that Igbos will not vote for the APC. We do not want to convince them otherwise, but we like to state one fact. His Excellency, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, of blessed memory, said, and we quote, "Any party that has been in government for one term of 4 years does not need to campaign for votes. The visible work it has done for the people should constitute the bulk of his campaign. Why then would a party that has been in government and in power for 24 years rely solely on intimidation, thuggery, murder, and all sorts of criminality to win an election, and in that same vein single out the Igbo for victimization and direct such to a particular ethnic group, the Igbo?" We wish to state for the uptime time, the Igbo ethnic group is not a political party. It is not contesting this election. It has never contested any election in the past. It will never contest any election in the future as an ethnic group. The Igbo as a distinct ethnic group has no preferred candidate in the governorship election in Lagos State. Igbo people are members of numerous political parties, including the APC, on their individual choices, and are supporting their party's candidates. No Igbo man is contesting election for the office of governor. We have no dog in this fight. We should not be made the victim. Igbos, the politicians of the APC should desist from pitching Yorubas against Igbos with vicious falsehoods dished out from their propaganda machinery just so that the APC can win the gubernatorial election. After they win this election, what next? The seed of distrust, mutual suspicion, and hatred must have been sown. How does it get taken care of? How does society move on from there? We believe that Lagos State APC can win this election and any other election without shedding Igbo or any other blood. The party surely has other legitimate means to win its election in a fair competition in accordance with the law. Sometimes we wonder if the APC realizes that they have a very significant Igbo population with them as members and followers in this same Lagos State. Igbos are Nigerians. The law of the land permits the Igbo man to live in any part of the country he chooses and pursue a legitimate livelihood. The law of the land guarantees him freedom of association, freedom to belong to any political party or none at all, and freedom to vote for any party of his choice. We reject in totality the attempt of the APC in Lagos State to deny the Igbos these rights. We consider that all that has happened in the past few weeks are likely to happen going forward. We consider all that has happened in the past 2 weeks and are likely to happen going forward a blatant violation of the constitutional rights of the Igbo-speaking people living in Lagos. Their rights to life, their rights to lawful association, their rights to vote, their rights to self-identity, their rights to engage in lawful economic activities, and their rights to hold opinions and express them. We wish to remind the governor of Lagos State that Igbos living in Lagos are his subjects. He has the duty as the Chief Security Officer of Lagos State to provide them security for their lives and their livelihood. We call on him to step up to this responsibility. Finally, we call on all Igbos living in Lagos State and who are registered to vote in Lagos not to be intimidated by the threats of violence against them, as watertight arrangements have been concluded at the very high levels to secure voters during and after elections. Just come out and perform your civic duty. It is your right. Thank you, gentlemen.
VOP 90.3 FM. All right. My name is Jude, Ikami Jude. And of course, I have some analysts in the studio here. Okay, I have an analyst in the studio here. And I also have, on the other side, I have another person, actually. Just right there. I am trying to see how I can gather these thoughts together, you know, to make meaning out of it. But then let me let you know that I have Mr. Ben Aka on the other side. Now, to Mr. Ben, first of all, do you think, the way it is now, do you think the Igbos can actually stop a certain candidate, you know, from winning the election? Because it seems to me that that is just a fear, you know, that some people are having. I don't know. Do you think the Igbos can stop a certain candidate from winning this election?
You see, Judah,
yeah.
Let me just tell you, I hate people making the Igbo an issue in this election. They are not the issue. It's completely diversionary. The Igbo are being called names by people just to create an enmity that doesn't exist. The issue in this election is who will Lagosians see as a better government? Is it the APC? Is it the PDP? Is it the Labour Party? That's what I think is the issue. And please direct me to that instead of asking me Igbo. If you listen to that voice you played over to
Mr.
us,
Ben, Mr. Ben, please hold on. I asked asked that question. Hello? I asked that question, bearing in mind the OB phenomenon. OB, ever since OB came on board, we now see that Lagos can be taken from the grand patrons of Lagos, and in fact that was where all of this started. People now see the OB movement as something that has to do with the Igbos. If you align with the Igbos, then you are good to go. If you don't align with the Igbos, then you are on your own. It's not even in Lagos alone, in some other states. So that's where I'm coming from.
Okay, let me answer you directly.
Okay.
His Excellency Peter Obi was a presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Obi was not an Igbo candidate. And he said that to you clearly. Said that to the whole country. He wasn't contesting that election as an Igbo man. The Igbo people did not choose him to contest an election. So he's not an Igbo candidate. Obi contested the election on his own personal rights as a Nigerian. The people that saw him and saw hope in him are the youths. The people that voted for Obi are not necessarily Igbo people. In Lagos here, his followership is made across board. You should be talking of the demography that is following Obi, not the tribe. It has nothing to do with tribe. By the time Obi announced his presidential ambition, the very first people that tried to shoot him down were Igbo people living in the East. Are you not aware of that? They didn't bring him out. The office was not zoned to the Southeast. So he's not an Igbo candidate. It's just that he fulfilled the kind of hope that the youths were looking for. His bulk of his followers are youths, not people like me. So let's correct that thing once and for all. He is not an Igbo candidate. People who try to class him as an Igbo candidate are doing that type of mischief to gain undue advantage from voters. And they know he's not an Igbo candidate.
Okay. Back to, I'll get back to you, but please hold on. Mr. Biga.
Yeah.
Do you foresee this election going in the way of free, fair, and credible? In plain words, please.
You should have asked the presidential election. Was it free? Was it fair? Was it credible?
No, but INEC has come out to say, don't worry, we're ready this time around. With beavers, with everything, we're ready.
INEC told us before the presidential election that we don't need to bother. Even the police told us to go home, sleep, and go vote. Nobody. Hey, there were displays of army coming into Lagos and all those stuff. And after all said and done, all those things do not exist. If you have that at the back of your mind.
But some person said the army didn't come to Lagos. That it was just, I don't know.
Well, somebody could have said that army didn't come to Lagos. But you go through, do a research, what the paper said, what the radio said, and all those stuff. And you will know if it was existing that there was a promise by the army that they will meet force with force. It is okay with people to say, oh, this person didn't say that, this person didn't say that. That's their private opinion. But then, if you really want to be serious about any topic, go research, check. Now, talking about tomorrow, if you are telling me by now there have been arrests made, some persons threatening the Igbos or threatening some ethnic, persons, they've been arrested made, and you're now asking me, would that of tomorrow be fair, fine, and others? I would say, oh, yeah, I think the likelihood is there, because people who actually were going contrary to the provisions of the Constitution have been arrested. But because no arrest had been made, and the threats keep coming up here and there, and the authorities seems to have been compromised, why would you think that I will now think that it is going to be fair, it's going to be free and all the stuff.
Okay, let me hold you on now. Let me come back to Ben. I would ask you the same question. Do you think, with these threats we hear from some persons in Lagos claiming to be the owners of Lagos and all of that, do you think that these same election tomorrow will be kind of free, fair, and credible?
I'm not expecting it to be.
Oh, you're not expecting it to be?
I'm expecting the government. No, I'm not.
Wow.
My experience has not shown that I should expect it to be. My experience over all the elections I have watched as a young person and now as a senior citizen has not convinced me that it's going to be any fair. The only thing is that we hope that it gets better than what they have done before. And that we're only hoping that whoever is robbed can reclaim his mandate from our courts of law if the court will not also be compromised. That's the only thing.
So you think like I told someone, I said maybe after this election we might also have piled up cases, in the judiciary. Do you foresee that also?
Yes, I think so too, because the biggest issues we had were created. They didn't just happen. They were deliberately created. That is my belief.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I also read electronics engineering. And there are simple markers. In my polling station, we were able to upload the House of Reps, upload the Senate, but we couldn't upload the presidential. Something was fishy. We thought it was just our polling station until we got home and started hearing the same story all over.
All right. Now, Mr. Ibekwe.
Yes.
Whoever wins the election tomorrow, do you think we would there's going to be a new Lagos, Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something.
Do you foresee a new Lagos?
Valentine, I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
If there is a new leadership, there will be a new Lagos.
What I'm saying. And I don't believe that the election riggers, the politicians, have run out of tricks. So they will still be playing more tricks. If you catch them in this one, they develop a new one. You catch them in this one, they develop. In fact, there's a saying in Nigeria that Nigerians study the law to learn how to break it legitimately. So I don't expect any transparency, but I believe we can be given a transparent election.
Okay.
And if they do give it to us, I will kneel down and thank God.
All right.
Yes.
You were saying something.
Yes, I was actually saying.
Okay.
There will be a new Lagos if there is a new. Well, what do I say? If there are new leaders, but if it is
now we're gonna have a new baby.
If there is a new leadership of Lagos, there will be a new Lagos. But if it is the leadership of Lagos that was selling the vehicle of a widow who was screaming, pleading for her vehicle, which is the only source of her livelihood, if it is that same leadership, they cannot pull away all the blood inside of them and bring a new Lagos. No. But if there is a new leadership in Lagos, you can expect changes. You can expect new Lagos. You can expect new things. That is my position, and I think it will be difficult to contradict it by any person.
I asked Mr. Ben. I asked before the presidential election, took place. I asked this question. I'm going to ask you and ask Mr. Biga Ibekwe also. It's about INEC. Do you think INEC is ready for this election, as it were?
I just have no comment on that. I think the entire architecture of INEC is wrong. And this is a body we need to go back to the building block to retool. So I just can't comment on that. We haven't been able to get an impartial umpire through the system we have adopted of choosing the umpire itself.
Yes, I agree with you.
So we need to go back to the system of choosing that umpire if we hope to get an impartial umpire.
Okay. Now, but
in addition to what he said,
all right.
If I appoint you as the manager of this studio, you definitely will be answerable to me. Do you get it? Whereby a system is created that appoints you to the position you are holding in this studio. And that system does not give whoever power to sack you. Now you will be independent minded. You see, I keep telling people when they keep calling it independent electoral commission, I say, what is this? What exactly is independent about INEC? When the appointment process is being controlled by a system, what makes it independent? It is absolutely dependent electoral commission. Who are they dependent upon? Upon who appointed them. That is it. So if you ask me, do I see INEC coming up with, of course, you've answered the question by yourself because you know the process of the appointment.
I also want to, Mr. Ben, I also want us to touch the issue of vote buying. Yeah, Mr. Ben, are you there?
I'm there.
I also want us to touch the issue of vote buying. I don't know how it will look like tomorrow. They say some little cash has been released here and there around the country. You know, Lagos now, at least some persons can now carry little cash and all of that. Do you think you foresee vote buying tomorrow from either of the parties?
Come back on that.
Vote buying. Do you foresee any party buying votes tomorrow?
Well, vote buying.
Will vote buying take place tomorrow?
Or has it started taking place?
Okay. That's another.
Or has it started taking place?
Oh, I think his network. But talk to us about that.
Yes. You see, this still goes back to what has been done. Has there been evidence of vote buying? Yes. Has the authorities done anything? No.
It is not. People, in fact, the political parties are.
Hello?
Like I was saying, vote buying may exist, but it doesn't constitute a very significant.
Oh, his network.
No, but I can guess what Ben was trying to say, and I stand strongly to oppose him. You see, here in this country, poverty had been weaponized. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Poverty has so much been weaponized that with 5,000 naira, people sell their conscience. With 10,000 naira, people sell the conscience of their society.
To election rigging.
We didn't hear that at all.
I said that the politicians have advanced beyond vote buying. What they do now, instead of looking for individual voters to pay 10,000, 5,000 for one vote, they found it cheaper, more convenient to buy the umpire.
Okay.
Buy the INEC at the polling unit. It's only one person. Buy the umpire at the collation center. It's only one person.
Okay.
Buy the umpire at the national level. It's only one person. It makes it easier. And then you don't carry the money about. The money you will give out. So vote buying is not a major thing. What they are doing now that is most important is writing the results of the election and ignoring the votes.
Okay.
That is what the region has gone to now.
All right. A lot of persons have been listening to us from around the world, and right now I would also want to hear from them, their thoughts, their opinion about all of these issues. All right. Now, this is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and it's matters just right here. Political matters. That's what's on the table. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. All right. And hey, time to hear your voice. All right. Let me feel your own pulse this time around. Wherever you are, if you can hear me, maybe you can engage YouTube. Okay. Let's get to read your comment on YouTube. Go to the comment section and just drop a comment there. It's VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. Also, yeah, VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube, or you can just type it in full. Voice of the People 90.3 FM on YouTube. Okay, and hey, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903. But first of all, hey, I want to beg you, help me keep your comments civil. Please do keep your comments civil. That's how I like it here. Okay. And don't forget that we're no longer campaigning, so is not time for you to mention a certain candidate and say vote for these or that. No. Don't put me in any trouble, and don't put the station in any trouble. Okay, I beg you. So 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Now let's go there. Like I said, I beg you, keep your comments civil. Okay, let's start from here. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Hello.
What's your name?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, this is Patricia calling from Pittsburgh.
All right.
I've been listening with keen attention. I have nothing to say. The only thing is I have petitioned the Most High God on what is happening. He will arise this time around because people have suffered in this nation. We give him all the matters to solve. And what I want to add to that is that this thing they are doing, they are beating world drum. They should be ready to dance it when the time comes. Right. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for that one. 0700 903 903 903. All right. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon. Please, if you want to call, first of all, move away from your radio set, or just turn down the volume of your radio set so we can hear each other. Move away from it or turn down the volume. It's as simple as that. Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon to you. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
I am Choma calling from Okwako.
All right. Welcome, Choma.
The only thing I just want to say is this. I think the political leaders, they are really starting up a fire that they will not be able to quench later. What is happening now is enough for all the leaders in the whole country, both from the Abuja, the center of the power, whatever, should stand up on time. Because the trouble they are starting, they will not be able to control it later. Innocent lives, organizations, companies, schools will be affected. They are only saying the beginning now, but we don't know the end. We don't even know the middle when it starts. Trouble is here and there. There is no food. There is no security. People are not even happy. And then the next thing when it starts now, we start calling on God. Whereas God has even given us that grace, that power to control what is about to happen. And the government, the leaders, they are not doing anything. Everyone is keeping mute. My prayer is that it will not get out of hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. 0700 903 903 903. Just keep it civil like that for me. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What I want to say is, I'm not threatening. I don't think they will stop people coming out to vote no. I'm very sure that by the grace of God, the Igbo must be defeated. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Hi.
Good day.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Felix Baba.
Where's your location?
I'm calling from Okota.
Okay. Quickly, please.
All right. I've been listening to the program, quite very interesting, and this is my contribution. We will always say one Nigeria. Okay, we are one Nigeria, and our constitution gives everyone the right to exercise his civic responsibility. And another thing that I think people don't know, they've been talking about Igbo. It's not only Igbo. What about other minority groups that are in Lagos? People from Benue, people from Kogi State, there are people from Taraba, and they've been living in Lagos for a while. So the last election was not just only Igbo people's vote. Igbos have been voting. Have they been able to beat APC? Do you understand? In Lagos. So this time around, it's a cumulative vote. It's not just the Igbo. They are just targeting, they are undermining the contribution of these minorities, so to say, from other states that are also resident in Lagos. They don't talk about my people, the Igala, the Gwaris. They are here in Lagos, and they also participate in the election. So please, if any government has done well, the people will vote him. In the last election, I know who I voted, but this time around, I'm voting Sanwo-Olu because I could see his work. I could see the way he responds whenever there is a danger, whenever there are issues within the city. Do you understand? So it's not by forcing people to vote against their wish and then trying to stop them. But one thing, I'm stunned, I'm flabbergasted, where security DSS hear people make comments and they are not coming for them. So why would those people stop harassing those people? Okay, so please, the security team, the security department should please ensure that the lives and properties are protected and people carry out their civic responsibility on Saturday.
Thank you very much. Whoever you want to vote for is your choice. We're not expecting you to come up on air and mention that you want to vote for A or B or Z or whoever. All right? Just keep it to yourself. It's part of what we're saying. All we're asking for is peace in Nigeria, peace in Lagos. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Julian. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Ben. I'm calling from Eda.
Welcome, Ben.
All right. I listened to your guest. They just finish everything. They finish everything. Quite unlike our guest yesterday. They finish everything. What I'm saying, the person I'm holding responsible is the governor, because he is the chief security officer of the state. The other time he invited the military. Now during the NSAS process, he invited military. He doesn't control them. He cannot command the police or control them, but he can invite them. And he can make a speech. But he kept quiet. Which means that the thing is favoring him, it's favoring them. Look at 2019 election. I'm telling you the truth. They did not allow us to vote. They said, that was the time he contested. During that election, they did not allow us to vote. Gubernatorial election. They say if you are not voting for APC, get out of this place. If you are not voting, get out. That was how they were pushing people, and they didn't allow any. If you are not voting, and when you are voting, they will be looking and see where you are thumbprinting. If you thumbprint another place, what they will do that person, you will not put it inside the ballot vote. So this thing is favoring the governor, and we can see the reason why Abu is increasing in Lagos for such a time like this. That is why Abu is increasing in Lagos South. All these things, I don't want us to be calling Yoruba. Yoruba people are very nice people, very responsible people, peace-loving people, very accommodating people. We are happy with them. I'm telling you the truth. Yoruba people doesn't have a problem. But this thing is just political. It's just for political purpose. And they are using this youth. If you see all this Aburu we are cutting, they are not making anything. They are just jumping up and down, collecting money for them. You see them collecting money for shoe vehicle. Even if you throw money on the express, an Aburu is ready to enter inside that express to die there because of 100 naira, because they are crying that if they don't meet their target, tomorrow you will not see them again. They used to do shifting. They work from morning till 12. Another group will come and take over. Around 6 or 7, another group will come and take over and work till night. That is how they work. So any morning the target they give them is too much. They are not even all these people you see their children out of school. They are owing house rent. They give them quick notice. If you go and interact with them, you see that they are suffering also. They are slaves. They are just laboring like slaves. And it is too bad. So somebody that wants to rule Nigeria, okay, look at the person they gave the returning ticket for the returning certificate of return as a presidential everything. Look at him now. He kept quiet. Talking about Ahmed Tinubu. He kept quiet. Something like this is happening. He kept quiet. And he will rule the whole nation. Check how many tribes you have in Nigeria. I'm talking of only one tribe. They are commenting. And it's the one that is in charge of this Lagos that have the blueprint of Lagos. He's here now. They are pulling people, killing people, marketing people, shooting people gone. And he kept quiet. And they want to rule Nigeria. That comprised of so many tribes joined together. And something like this is happening, you cannot manage it. Is it the whole nation Tinubu will manage? If Tinubu cannot manage such a situation like this, people cannot come and exercise their franchise. Look at our House of Assembly. They're supposed to have corrected these things. But due to their craftiness and wickedness, they allow this type of voting. Nigeria is supposed to have supported this type of voting. We're supposed to be voting with our phone. You know?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to stay in our comfort, in our comfort zone now, and be voting with our phone. Okay. So, should somebody tell you to give you 5,000 now? You will press your phone and 5,000 will enter that person's account. All over the nation, anywhere you go, it is that 5,000 that is deducted from your account, from the system. That is voting. That thing you see is voting. So vote with phone. Voting phone is very simple. Very, very simple. But these people fought it. All those House of Assembly members that fought it. God has removed them. They are not coming back. Only 15 members of APC senators are coming back. It is too bad. Okay. They are moving us backward.
Thank you.
It's too bad. It's a very shameful thing.
Thank you. I have to let you go now.
God bless you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Let's also get some other reactions. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so very much. Good afternoon to you. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How is the work?
Move away from your radio set.
Okay, thank you. Please, I just want people to learn that voting. Hello.
I can hear you. Just go ahead.
Voting Labour in Lagos. It's not people that vote Labour Labour in Lagos. Voting Labour in Lagos is the youth that stand up for the Labour, which we are looking for a change of government. Not the way they are allocating everything to Igbo. I hate it in Yoruba land. They're supposed not to put Igbo into this mess. Nothing concerns Igbo in election in Labour in Lagos State. Igbo have their own rights, while the youth of Lagos State have their own rights. It is with the youth that stand up that we need a change of government. They are not looking at it that the Yoruba just stand up in one way or another, castigating Igbo, talking to Igbo and accusing Igbo for what does not mean it's not Igbo fault. So this thing needs to be addressed. Please, it needs to be addressed. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. This is VOP 90.3 FM, and we have a couple of minutes to roll. Keep your calls coming.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Femi, calling from Usofo Gudu.
All right.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program, which is very lovely. But basically, some people are just keeping in. They are saying Yorubas are saying they don't like the way Hebrews, they are adding things on the Hebrews. Fine, we have a many tribe in Lagos State, particularly Yorubas, precisely from Ijebu, Ekiti, or anybody that stays in Lagos State, they believe we are all Yorubas. Other tribes as well, too, Igbo that come from different parts of their south, you believe they are all Igbos. But this particular election, if the governor from the outside, we say we need to collect Lagos, but there is a governorship election coming from their own state too. Why are they not looking over there? Why are they emphasizing this Lagos? If they want to do this Lagos, like the way Lagos is, they should go and do this in their own town too as well. There's no big deal. We can't fight because of this election and don't let anything to occur. And there are some people that will be saying that that Yorubas are wicked. Yorubas are wicked. We in their own tribe as well too. We don't know what they do for Yorubas people there. But we are in Lagos State. We Yorubas, we accommodate them. We are lovely with them. We share things among them. But did they show the kind of love for us over there from their hometown over there? But to stress my point, we all know who we are voting for in this coming election. But I pray nothing bad is going to happen by God's grace.
Thank you.
Things good is going to come up. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
I definitely got to say something.
All right.
This ethnic profiling in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very, very dangerous path people are treading that might eventually create some heavy problems. When you say the Yorubas are this, the Igbos are this, the Hausas are this, it is not acceptable. Ethnic profiling, that's one of the major challenges we got.
What we should be looking at is the root of all of this.
Yes, that's the ethnic. Oh, come on.
How did we get here?
How did we get here? It's leadership. It is. And let me tell you the dangers of this particular ethnic profiling. Our children are listening. Our children who are coming, they are awake. They are not listening. So I think deliberately, any government that comes into power now, henceforth, should begin to reorientate the citizenry. When you say Yoruba is this, when I was in the primary school, I was with Yoruba boys here in Lagos. Oh, my friend was Tunde Medi. Tunde was a very excellent guy. When I was in the university, my roommate was Tolulokpe Akimbogo. He's a professor in one of the universities. Tolu was wonderful. In fact, I don't know. Right now, in all the companies where I sit in the board, almost everybody around me, they are Yoruba, very wonderful people. So we got to stop this ethnic profiling before it puts us into a great problem.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's talk to this person. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name and your location?
Right. My name is Sito. I'm calling from Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Welcome.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to say something here very clear. This thing that I so much appreciate your broadcast this afternoon. It's a very good one. But there's something I want to say here because Nigerians seems to forget things very easily. Let me remind you, audience and gentlemen that is listening now, there is a man called Bukachua. I think in one of the northern states, he's a former senator. Yes. Bukachua said in the national television, Bukachua said that Igbos should be killed. Listen. The tape is there. Bukachua said that Igbo people should be killed. It's on record. What I'm saying to you now, the Igbo in Nigeria have suffered enough. In Nigeria, we have suffered. There is an agreement in Abori Accord for everybody to live peace. Go on, bring a war down to Igbo land. We shouldn't forget about the history. Go on, bring a war to us, kill 7.2 million of Igbo in our own land. And that is not enough. Let me tell you something. I am very, very upset when people start calling in Igbo. There is nothing, see, this is, I don't know what to call it entirely, but I ask Igbo to raise up. Enough of Igbo blood have shed in Nigeria. We are not going to take it anymore. Let me tell you, you remember when Buhari said 75% are 5%. So 5% is what is happening in the southeast, killing Igbo people. And Fulanis are raping our mothers in the bush, in our farm. Nobody says anything. What are we talking about here? Tell me which ethnic group Igbo people have killed in the southeast, destroyed their business. Tell me, I want somebody to come here and tell me where Igbo people have destroyed Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani's business in southeast. What are we talking about here? See, the Ohaneze is a crime as far as I'm concerned. Ohaneze and Igbo is the worst thing that happened to us, and they are criminal organization. The same thing applies to Igbo World Congress. These are criminal organization, plot to kill us, plot to destroy us. They cannot say anything when their people were killed. How can you go in a market, destroy a whole millions of markets, and you come to paint it as if it's nothing? What have we done in Nigeria? What is the crime of Igbo in Nigeria? I ask. What is our crime? What is our crime? What is our crime?
Thank you so much.
It's a criminal enterprises. They used to kill our people.
It's okay. Thank you.
Enough is enough.
I have to let you go.
Peter Obi is a Nigerian, not an Igbo president, but turn it upside down. During NSAS, they said that it's in the Igbo. They painted in the Igbo during NSAS, and our people were killed. Some of them are still in love, pushing in detention. Enough is enough. Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in detention. He was asked, the court said, releasing Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in detention. A Fulani man that killed our mother, my mother, is being freed. What are we talking about here? Igbo people should rise up and defend themselves in Nigeria.
It's okay. It's okay. I think I have to let you go. Emotions rolling there. Seriously.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
He was a very young guy.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. It's Monday calling from Agege.
Welcome, Monday.
Yes, sir. See, what is going on in this country is religion and tribalism. What did we get to do with politics? That's what is killing us. We are tired. We are tired. We didn't pass. People are shocked because they are not seeing it. We might be following them, but we are not blind. We are not. People are watching, and God is watching. Because there is God, there is God. It's too much. We do not need APC. This is another party. This is partiality. And the INET is there because of bribe and money that we will not take to hell. It is too bad.
Thank you so much. We have just a couple of minutes to go.
Jude, you know what? Some of us who have been in the forefront of calling for unity of this country, we feel deeply pained. I, for one, I did a song I titled One Nigeria, where I was actually preaching for one Nigeria.
I think I'll play that song.
I think it's important.
When we wrap up.
Good. I think it's important. Some of us who have been asking Nigerians because of our very urban mindedness, cosmopolitan mindedness, and the metropolitan mindedness, we feel absolutely so pained when some very low thinking people are coming to say, kill this man, kill the other man, don't allow him vote here. I am thinking about a Nigeria where everybody will have freedom to vote whoever you want to vote.
Let's hear from this person. Good afternoon to you. Oh, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Jude.
Good afternoon.
Please, I have a question to ask this matter.
Can you speak up, please?
I said I have a question to ask.
Okay.
Please, in this governorship election that's going on now, is there an Igbo man in the Lagos State?
I didn't hear that.
Is there any Igbo man that is contesting for governor in Lagos State?
No.
Why then people attacking the Igbo? Can't it be free to vote for a candidate? The candidate have a choice. Why all these men are getting equal? Even if anything that happens, people to see it's too much. If Nigeria doesn't want people in Nigeria, let them leave them, let them go. They can manage themselves. That's what I'm asking. If they doesn't want in Nigeria, let them tell us, yeah, we can go and be on our own. And not to the reason that people will come and say, we want this candidate, this is I'm going to vote. They say, no, go to the station. And all that are concerned is very bad. So they have to let us go to a choice. It's not by force for me to vote and make it. All that are concerned is very bad. You have to vote to our own choice. That's my instinct on
I appreciate your call. Thank you so very much. We have, I think, about 5 minutes to wrap up. Let me see if I can take maybe 3 more calls, and we just wrap things up this afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. My name is Mary.
Okay, welcome.
Yes. I think the best thing is we should do this election in such a way that everybody will be in his or her house and vote. So let me ask you whether MC Oluomo or his cohort will enter people's house one by one to know who they are voting for. This election, all the people that are contesting in this Lagos are Yoruba. So are they indirectly fighting themselves? What kind of thing is this that people do not have love for each other? Because he has his family outside Nigeria and he's here tormenting people, collecting people's money anyhow. You think he can come out and ask people to do what is not their own?
Hello?
Rubbish is that.
All right.
That nonsense should stop. He is nobody.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate that call. Can we take just 2 more before we go this afternoon? Yeah, I've got several messages here, but let me see if I can touch on them. Let's take this call first. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Oluomo. I'm calling from Kenya.
All right.
Really appreciate talk today. It's very, very nice. Keep it on. My own question is that when it comes for state government, they come to rule us in order that they do something in order. And we that is voting, we are voting in order that they will do us well. But looking at Nigeria, they are all, I don't know how to put it. But let them not say, Igbo do this, Yoruba do this, Hausa do this. We believe we are one. But truly, in a part of some people, we are not one. But we are one. According to the first. We are not here in order that maybe we drag some things. But we are voting in order that the state will be good. If it is good, it's good for all of us. If it is bad, it's bad for all of us.
All right, thank you.
But let them, please. We are going out to vote, and I will vote my own choice.
Thank you.
Other people to vote their own choice.
Thank you so much.
So please, let them please and try.
All right.
And do us well.
I have to let you go.
Let them not say Igbo is bad, or Igbo is good, or Yoruba is bad, or Yoruba is so.
Thank you.
Or Hausa is so. For those that are making those comments, let them remove it.
I have to let you go now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Yeah, thank you. I think here I can see a certain video someone sent in of a Lebanese national, distributing noodles, under a certain political party. I can't mention that now. Distributing noodles to Nigerians, a Lebanese national, right? Well, okay. This one is saying, good afternoon. My name is Felix Chukuka from Igbeleri area, or Joe precisely. He said, what is happening in our society now because of this governorship election coming up tomorrow? Please kindly help us alert the security agencies to breeze up. Most life has been threatened by alleged political parties. Please help the masses because tomorrow election is paramount. Thanks. Okay, thank you so very much. Let's see if I can touch the last one before I go. Okay, let's leave it there. The last call before we start wrapping. Before we go. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Talk to us quickly.
Yes, sir. And what is happening in this country, it's not only about tribalism. We think this country, we are one, but in the other way around, we are not one. We are divided into three. If we should look at it, Obi come out, this man come out to help us in this country. It's not the man, if you look at Obi, the way the man speaks, you know the man wants to help us in this country. We know the man wants to go there and serve us as a president. But INEC come and collected money. They have been bribed.
Hello? Oh, so sorry about that. So sorry about that. Okay. I don't know what to do right now. But then, several calls still coming in. I am trying to get across to Mr. Ben Aka to get his final opinion, to just hear his final words before we go. But before then, let's hear from you, Mr. Biga Ibekwe. What are your expectations for tomorrow?
My expectations for tomorrow is that the authorities should do what they're supposed to do. They should protect life and properties. They've not really been up and doing. I am calling on the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, the AIG Zone 2. I am asking them to see to the protection of the lives of the people. And I kind of want to tell the people who are actually threatening this that no Igbo man is contesting this election. This election is between, Lagosians.
Okay.
Yes, let them look at it from that point of view.
Thank you so very much. Let's also hear from Mr. Ben Aka. Let's hear what is your advice for Igbos in Lagos for tomorrow?
Well, my advice is very simple, and that's the way I've advised myself. I will go out and vote.
Hello? Oh, network issues. I think we have to go now.
Good. And let just say something. If the and people, they will not know who is Yoruba, who is Hausa, who is Igbo.
Okay.
Igbo. I don't think anybody is going to wear in his face, I am APC when I'm coming to vote, because that's not allowed. You must not advertise, you must not campaign. So when we are at the polling station, all of us are the same. When we are walking on the road to go.
Hello? Oh my God! I think I have to. I think I should hear this clearly. I would love to hear him clearly. I want us to hear him clearly. All right. Let's see if we can take. Can we take one more call? I don't know what my producer is saying. Can we take just one more call before we go? I'm not sure. But Mr. Ibekwe, I wanted to say thank you so very much.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you, and thank you again. Okay, he's here. Sorry, let me just get your final statement before we go.
Yeah, I said they should not be afraid.
Okay.
They should just go out boldly, cast their votes, and stay there. Votes are counted, record it. If possible, snap the form EC8A, and then go back to your house.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
God bless you. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you so much.
Yes, I'm already on the road, actually.
Okay. Do have a beautiful day today.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Well, for me to you, I will tell you to just go out and exercise your rights tomorrow without fear, without favor. Okay? My name is Jude, Ikami Jude. On social media, I am Ikami Jude. IKAMIJUDEH. IKAMIJUDEH on all socials. All right? Yeah. Mr. Ibekwe, I want to say thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I will touch on Mr. Ibekwe's song about Nigeria. He sang a very beautiful song, and he called it One Nigeria. One Nigeria. We need to be our brother's keeper. We need to be one. We need to come together, to fight our common enemy. I'll be here.